Hello and welcome back to the Broken Doll. Okay, I went through some of my eyes that I have seen here, and I'm going to show the different rockers that are on eyes that eyes had back in those days. These are some old eyes, and this one doesn't even have the eyes on the crossbar here, but it does have the rocker. And as you can see, a lot of them were close to the same. I had a lot that were like this, and you can see inside there's a piece of cork. That cork, I'll dig that out, and when I go to put those dolls' eyes back in, I know where these eyes belong. They're in a category of their own, but I dig that out, and I'll be putting some cork back in there again, or maybe a big thick of felt over the circle. And there's ways of doing that. What happened is that when the doll was given its new eyes, the cork would be there, or this piece of material, this big chunk of felt. That's what this is, or cardboard, or whatever it is. And you can see here that it's on the eyes itself. Here we go. All right, there it is right there. And it would hit inside the doll's head. And so you wouldn't hear the clunk, clunk, clunk. This would hit inside the head, but there was also on the other side, glued inside the head, a piece of very thick felt. And the felt would hit the cardboard or whatever this is here, and they would hit each other, and you just get this light thump. And you wouldn't hear this little, it tried to, stop the clunking sound, and you get this little thump, 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 but that's about it. And so anyways, the same idea with this here, with cork. It worked just as well, did the same trick. On the other side would be some felt, and the cork would hit the felt. There's some right there. But over time, what would happen is, we say, well, why do I hear it in my doll today? Well, either the felt that it's been glued on the inside of the head has finally worn away with a piece of, like a hole in the middle, where this has hit thousands of times, really hard, bang, bang, bang. It finally wore. You can see that the cork's even been worn out. Okay, in here, the cork is really worn out, Cork will rot over time, and you start hearing that clunk again. And so you have to fix the eyes by putting in more cork and another piece of felt inside, and that would stop that. Now with this doll here, I cleaned up the eyes as best as I could here. I think that looks pretty good. Now we're going to paint on top on the next video here. What I think I like to do is see about having this where it's held really tight to this here, so that when it goes inside, it will just hit. Now if it's not long enough, I'm going to get another one, and I'm going to attach it to this as well. So there'll be a clunk. It'll be hitting felt inside. So if this is not long enough, I can attach another. I'm going to see about getting another one before I attach it. And I'm going to go out to the store and see about, or getting a bigger one. But it has to weigh about, I think this actually is the right weight when I compare it to a lot of these here. The weight is right. It just wasn't attached properly. It was too clumsy. So feeling this and this in my hands, it's the same weight. I can't tell the difference between one or the other. If I was to close my eyes, I can't tell the difference between this weight and this weight. So they are the right weight. It's just how they're attached inside. It needs to be, like you can see, this is fixed right to this here. So this needs to be fixed as well right to this. So that's where I'm at. What I'm going to do is bring one of these with me and hold it and see if I can get a bigger one of these, maybe a little thinner, just a bit thinner maybe, or something like that, and get various sizes and just try them out and see how they work. I might have to pull the eyes in and out for a few times. It's going to be quite irritating, but hey, it's what you got to do. I'm going to try it. Whoops. I'm going to try it with this first. We'll go with this here. It was in there. I think this will work. It just needs to be attached a lot better. I have one other. I should have brought it out, but I didn't. But it had actually a clump of clay around it, a round circle of clay, and it was the same weight as what this was too. So even a clump of clay around here, if I could get some clay and just put the clay and let it dry right around this, it could work as well. There are ways for me to do this. So just a matter of me figuring it out what will work. But I want to stay with this because this does work. I know it will work. It's just how it was applied. It was just too flimsy and just all over the place with the wiring the way it was. Well, anyways, I thought I'd come back with part 2. And the next one will be painting next. Okay, thank you for joining me. Bye-bye.